Yeah, we're on.
Should I scoot over?
Let's see. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh, let's see. I've gained weight. I'm trying to lose it now, but
goodness,
I'm careful about the pudge. I'm like,
you know, I went to the doctor on Monday.
And they waited.
I hate going to the doctor, and most people think it's because of the waiting. No, I hate going to the doctor because when you weigh, you always weigh more at the doctor than you do at home.
Maybe it's nervous gas.
Maybe it's because when I weigh myself here at the house, I'm naked and.
Okay, true story. I am not okay. I work in a huge building with like over 1,000 people. There's multiple bathrooms, 6 floors. I am on the first floor bathroom, which is the busiest bathroom, and it's by the main entrance. And I walk into the women's restroom, and we used to have this wonderful, like a doctor's scale. It was great, but it was digital. The woman had her pants, her boots off, everything. She had her shirt and panties on, but she steps on the scale and she's weighing herself. And I walked in, I was like, oh. And she's like, sorry, I just need to know how much I weigh. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it, but I've never done it at work.
Yeah.
Well, hello and welcome to the Hands That Make podcast. I am your host, Melissa, and as I alluded to earlier, I have an awesome, talented guest. This is the Dyer behind Artistic Lilly. So, Lily, let's explain your name right up front because, you know, we've met before and we have knit together. Because we live very close to each other, and I find myself still wanting to call you. I know your name is not Lily, but I have to actually stop and think every time I type to you. Hi, what is your name?
Ellie.
Which is so close to Lily.
Yeah.
Who is Lily?
Lily is my 12-year-old daughter, and I when I started my Etsy shop, I named it after her because she's a big inspiration, and she's very artistic and. I just thought it was perfect.
I love it though. It is such a pretty name, and I like those names that have personal meaning behind them. You know, because I think a lot of people, me included, you want like a cool name, a catchy name, but I always gravitate when someone has a story behind their name. I love it. So see, I like it. But her name's not Lily. It is Ellie.
It's Ellie.
All right, so tell me, we do have knitting to show you guys. We have all kinds of things we're going to share with you, but I want you to hear about how Ellie got started, which you've been dying for how long? She just told me this before, so I know, but
I've been dying for 2 years now.
Okay.
So I finally am in a place I'm completely comfortable. I feel good about my dyeing now because you go through a lot of mishaps and learning, and so I really feel good at the point where I'm at now. So.
Which is funny because so we probably met at the beginning of your dyeing adventure, didn't we? Has it been a couple years? It's been over a year, I know that.
Was it last Christmas?
It wasn't last Christmas. That was like just a couple months ago.
Even
Christmas before. Yeah, I think you're right. Yes, yeah. I think that's right. So, but I remember you're dyeing then, and I thought, okay, so I heard another dyer. This is exactly what they said about you. They said, every time I see her yarn, I'm like moved by it. And this was months ago. So it's funny how, we find these dyers that we love and we think they're so awesome. And she's like, I'm finally at a place where I feel comfortable. And we're like, what? Because it's been awesome. But since you said there is a question I want to ask you. Have you ever had something, that you thought you messed up royally and it didn't go away the way you thought, but then it ended up being like a happy accident? Like, we'll use something out of Bob Ross's.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of times I'll dye something and I'll let it dry and skate it up. And I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna like this, and it'll become very popular and people just love it. So.
Name a colorway, one colorway.
And oh boy,
because I bet it's one that I loved.
Well, when I dyed Grandpa's farm truck, I thought, this looks nice, it's good. But I would have to say this is probably the most popular colorway to date. So,
and this is one that it's funny. Every time she posts this, I'm always like, what is that colorway? I love it. And because, each skein always looks a little different. And she has ones like, I noticed this one as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, what is that? Because this one has a little bit more pink in it. And the ones that have the less pink in it, I've loved too. So it's so funny. Every time I see this, I want it. And it is my current favorite artistic.
Every color. Batch that I dye, the way they get fancy with my words, the way the dyes dance with each other in the water, they always produce just a little bit of a different effect with every batch. So and that's one of the nice things about hand dyed yarns, is that they are unique, and it's not factory made where they're all going to be identical. So and by the way, this one is yours.
I won! Oh my gosh, thank you. I was just see, again, it happened. I said I'm such a dork because you know how people hear great music and it gives them goosebumps, which that happens to me too. Or you see a work of art. I do this with yarn. Like, she just gave it to me. I got goosebumps. And I was looking at another project I'll show you guys later with her yarn. And same thing. I'm like, look at these together. They're so beautiful. And I started getting goosebumps. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Oh. Okay, so you've been doing this for 2 years. Why? Like, how did it start? What made you do this? Was it like, were you one of those people like, I just want to see if I can dye my own yarn for myself, and then you just started going down the road?
So I think that's usually the same answer you get from most of the times, is that you get into knitting and you're spending a lot of money on yarn and you're thinking, I wonder if I can, dye my own yarn. And so one thing leads to another, and then and you become addicted to it. It's an addiction, just like knitting is. It's you start it and it's hard to stop because you just want to see what's the next thing I'm going to create. So
yeah. Okay, so I have been dabbling in dyeing, as you guys know. I've been doing some self-striping. Here's the funny thing that I discovered, and I didn't notice it at first, because I'm dyeing in my kitchen, and my kids would come up and they're like, it stinks up here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it took me leaving the house for like a day and coming back, and I'm like, what is that smell? Dye stinks.
Well, and then wet wool is not very
smells and dye smells. And
yeah.
So I saw her fabulous dye studio, which you're laughing. It's a laundry room, but it's one of them beautiful laundry rooms that like is out of how do you say? Is it Houzz? Who is? You know what I'm talking about? It's the house thing that I get ads on.
Oh,
I don't know. It's like, redo your laundry room, and that's what her laundry room looks like. It's this beautiful, serene place, and that's where you dye, right?
It is. It is. So it's got countertops, and I put my burners on the countertops, and I've got a sink in there, which makes it really nice.
Yeah.
And then I have cabinets, so I keep all my dyes in the cabinets, and so it's all contained in there. Now, when I first started out, I was dyeing in the kitchen, but you soon realize that the dye, it gets all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's hard to contain. I mean, I'm literally doing a full scrub down when I'm done. Like,
yes.
And it's kind of like when you do a woodworking project in your house. Like if someone takes out a wall and puts something up, the dust spreads like way further than you could possibly imagine. Dye is exactly the same way.
Yeah, it's so fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it will drift in the hallways. You just... It's
crazy. It is crazy. I try to do mine in my deep sink. Like try to do all the mixing in there and everything to try to contain it as much as possible. But, anyways. So another thing I wanted to ask you is, do you have any exciting collaborations coming up or anything new? What is new in the Artistic Lilly world and shop?
Well, let's see. I have my square!
Oh, that's the yarn.
So, it's an Afghan collaboration, and it's for the indie.
I'll try to insert some
close-ups
close-ups of this. Indie Untangled?
Yes, it's for the Indie Untangled trunk show.
Which will be it's an Indie Untangled trunk show. The one you're referring to is the one the day before it's during Rhinebeck weekend. So you can see this there.
Yeah, and so Noble Character Crafts is collecting. She contacted 48 dyers, I think.
Oh, wow.
And then she's going to put all of the squares together for an Afghan and then show it.
So, question: did she let you pick this pattern, or did she give it to you?
No, everybody picks their own.
So I did an Afghan once like that. That was similar, where I let people pick their own yarn and their own pattern, and I gave them sizes. I'm like, it should block out to this. That did not typically happen. I have found in the future I will try to really stress the importance of sizes and probably have a color scheme, because it was really difficult to put that together. So I'll be curious to see what happens. You give people instructions, but they don't always follow them.
If you go to her Instagram account, she's starting to get the squares in, and she's posting the squares. Ooh. So you get a little peek at what it's going to look like. So.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so we have this. This is going to be going in. Do you have anything else new going on?
New colorways.
What do you have? You got.
It's a little sneak peek.
Okay, we'll just do. We're not going to do a close up of this.
No.
Can I show it real quick? Because it won't. It'll be far enough. Like
all
it's
right.
not the.
Okay.
And can I just? And I can edit this out. Let's say it's part of the vintage.
Yes.
Okay. We'll do that again. Go to see. Not quick. Just a quick peek. This is part of your vintage collection, which I always gravitate towards any of your vintage collection colorways. I love them. They're beautiful.
And this one's going to be special because I'm going to add 2 minis to it. So It's going to be a little different than what I've done in the past. So.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm excited. And I'm seeing it hang over there. Like she has yarn up.
Yes, it's
I love it.
over there. So.
And oh my goodness. Okay, so on that same thread, looking over there, I mean, is I took a picture and I'm going to insert it here because, okay, when you guys go to people's houses, I know you're like me. You're looking around, you're like, ooh, I like that, I like this. So I took a picture. This is, what would you call this? This was the former playroom, but now it is Lily, or Ellie's playroom.
Yeah, it's my playroom. That's a good description. Yeah, so it was, when we first built the house, this was the kids' playroom, all the toys. And then we updated it to be the kids' hangout room, but they would never hang out in here. So I was like, well, this room is being unused. So I turned it into my sewing, and it's where I dry the yarn. And then I have, you can't see, but I have like little special things from my childhood that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. So
it's a beautiful room. It is very cozy and nice, and got a nice window here with lots of natural. Oh, I love it. She has great natural light in her house. But one of the things I noticed as soon as I came in here, saw the yarn, and then I looked up and she has, what is it, 4, 3, 12, right? 12 pictures in a row, and they're what, about 9 by 9 or 8 by 8, something like that? 7 by 7, 6 by 6, something like that. Why?
I don't know.
At least 7 to 8 inches by 7 to 8 by 8 inches. They are from her Instagram. She had, they're called mixed tiles, right?
Yes, mixed tiles.
And I'm putting a picture in. I took a picture just for you guys because you got to see it. I thought it was perfect for a yarn room and a play room when you're a knitter. Yeah. And it's beautiful. But mixed tiles on Instagram, right?
Well, their ad was on
Oh, okay. Instagram. Got it. I thought Instagram was doing it.
You have to download the app. And then from the app, then you can choose your photos.
Gotcha.
And print these like little square pictures, and then they stick on the wall. You don't have to put any nail holes in the wall, and you can move them.
Stick and re-stick.
Exactly, and I thought, how is this going to work? Because I know in the past when you buy things that you can, they fall off, but these things will not budge. So
no, we were kind of sitting there going like this.
And they won't tear up your wall, because I did unstick and re-stick. And it did not tear up the wall.
So I'm totally getting mixed tiles. I'm doing this. I love this idea a lot. And they're beautiful photographs. And you said you want to do more in your house with like other photos now.
I do. Yeah.
I would too. What a great thing. So you are not currently doing the yarn circuit, like the shows and all that stuff. You homeschool your daughter, correct?
I do. This is the last year that I'm homeschooling. She will go back to the classroom this fall. So that means more time for dyeing. So
then it's gonna be like, which is funny because I consider
then it's gonna get serious.
Wow, because I thought you were pretty serious already, but then you're gonna go, like you said, even more full time, and I'm excited for you. How exciting! Because you said you're gonna you got some things, some ideas percolating.
So in the past, it's funny. I get up early in the morning at 5:30 in the morning with my husband.
Wow.
but that means I go to bed at a decent time. So
I always mess up on.
So I die before she even gets up.
You're a morning dyer.
Yeah, I like to get it done, and then we have our homeschool, and then I try to squeeze in that hour of knitting time.
Wow, I'm impressed. You were very organized.
So when she goes back to school, that means I'll have more time, and I have some ideas. I'd like to do like an advent calendar. I've had people request that.
Oh, I got chills again. An Artistic Lilly advent calendar. Yes, please.
Who knows? So.
But oh my gosh, a lot of work. I bet that is. You got to carve that out and plan that. Those advent calendars cannot be something you just do like, oh, I'm gonna do an advent calendar, and you do it like in November. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of planning. So I've already started planning on kind of what colors and
nice
packaging. I mean, you have to think about everything. It's not just dye the yarn and that's it. I mean, it's a lot of thought. So
okay, before we move on to the knitting, there is 2 things I want to show you on Ellie, our model here today. First, your bracelet. I noticed that, and I did not tell you. I love leather bracelets to begin with, but that's one of those rulers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's so cute, and I like that it doubles up on her wrist like this. It's really pretty because I like leather bracelets, and I've seen this before, but I've never seen it on someone. I've seen like ads, or I've seen people post pictures of it. Yeah, that's really cute. Where did you get that?
On Etsy, but I can't remember the shop name, but
well, if we find it, we'll put a link down below.
Yeah.
But don't, if it doesn't happen, just ask me. I'm sure I'll find it.
Yes, but I love it. And even my 17-year-old son thought it was cool. So,
that is a big stamp of approval right there. I have a 15-year-old son, and getting their stamp of approval, it does not happen often in my world. I'm actually not even sure it's happened to me yet. But there's hope. Oh gosh, before I forget, you can get Ellie's yarn on Etsy. Correct?
Yes.
And she's Artistic Lilly on Instagram, so there's a link right in her profile. You guys, if you're like me and you love looking at beautiful yarn on Instagram, you gotta follow her on Instagram because your pictures are beautiful and just the yarn's gorgeous. Now, one more thing, she is wearing the coolest knitting shirt I have ever seen. It says, I have more skeins than I have shoes, which that's a big statement in my house, but it's totally true. And you got that on Amazon, you said.
I get everything on Amazon.
I love Amazon, though. I do.
UPS is always here.
I do. I mean, how can you go wrong with 2-day shipping? And then in Edwardsville now we have a warehouse, so sometimes it's same day.
Oh.
Not all the time, but when it happens, it's like,
nice.
yay!
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just dive into what we are knitting. Now, full disclosure, I have been sick for about a week now. And before that was spring break. I took my kids to Chicago. It was a lot of fun. And then when I contacted you, it was funny. We're like, yeah, we gotta get together and do this. And then I was like, I hadn't sent her anything. And I'm like, I'm feeling so bad. I'm like, I've been sick. And she's like, me too. So together we have knitting. I love it. So I started a shawl and I love it. I am so in love with this shawl. And I know you guys know this. I know this happens to you. I'm not the only person. I love the yarn. I love the pattern. It's her yarn. It's the Longbourn Shawl pattern by Kay of the Bakery Bears, Kay Jones. And it's great. I had a minor error, and it's not too hard to fix. I just got to correct that bottom row. Like, I'm going to do some finagling. I got to add some stitches here or there just to make the count come out right, because it's important, because the border is a cable border. So I have to do that. Really wouldn't take much, right. But because of it, it's just went stop. I know I will pick it back up. I just don't know when. But I want to show it because this is one of the things I showed her that I got goosebumps. I'm like, look at your colorways together. So this is your singles.
Yes.
And it is in the vintage colorway. It's when I say vintage, it's like a collection you have.
Yeah.
Vintage. I think this is Vintage Nights, isn't it?
That's Vintage Nights, yes.
And this one is Vintage...
Forest.
Forest. Okay, I was right. Okay, good. So this is Vintage Forest right here. This part of it is. So it's going to be a semicircular, not semicircular, half circle shawl. What do you call that? Why am I losing my words? Not a pie shawl. crescent shawl.
Yeah.
There we go.
Think
Hello.
of it either.
Oh my gosh. But there's like texture in here. And it's
like that.
really, it's so pretty. This colorway is gorgeous. Like, actually, I could see a whole cardigan in this. I can see lots of things in this colorway and the other one. But what I'm going to do is put this colorway on the bottom, and it's going to be my cable border. So this is the Longbourn Shawl by Kay Jones.
It'll have a nice drape to it.
Yeah, it's so soft. I don't do singles a lot, and I'm very, very happy with this. This is beautiful. But you are doing a shawl as well.
I am too. So she was talking about both of us being sick, and I've been suffering from migraines and cluster headaches a lot the past month, like almost every day. So so I wanted a comfort knit that was mindless, just pick it up, easy, relaxing. So I am doing,
So important to have
they
this.
printed it. So the Embrace shawl.
By Meg Gadsby.
Yeah. So it's really, really easy. But I am also using...
Looks like garter and a little bit of ribbing. Maybe?
Yeah.
That's
So I'm using the Vintage Nights in my in my DK weight.
Oh, this feels great. What is this? Is this merino nylon? No.
Yes, merino nylon.
Oh, it's soft.
It's 75-25.
Beautiful.
So it'll be a nice sturdy shawl.
Oh,
and then it calls for 3 colors. So I also
3.
It calls for 3. I haven't.
You haven't picked your third one?
I haven't picked my third one, so I do know I want the pink.
I
So
like that. That's gonna be fun. And look at this colorway. What is this? Vintage Valentine.
Yeah.
I should have known. I'm telling you.
So all my vintage colorways, you can actually,
Beautiful.
mix any of them. That was the whole point of them, is that they all have a couple colors in common, so you can mix them all together if you wanted.
That's what I saw. That I saw those two together. I'm like, they have to be something together. And when Kay put her shawl out, I got it. Ooh, yeah, that would be. Ooh.
So that's the whole idea behind the vintage colorways. Is
I like
that. You
that.
can,
That's a great idea.
mix them together.
You are so wise.
Well,
Well, you're like, well.
I
really like that idea though, because it's every time you post them I see them together. I'm like, oh, that could be something, that could be something. Yeah, I love that idea.
So collect them all.
I like that, like Pokemon cards. That's what we're into in my house. I will collect my vintage skein yarns. We're gonna move on to sweaters and cardigans, because this month and last month and the next month, we're having like a Mr. Rogers theme going on here. I've kind of explained that a couple podcasts ago. Mr. Rogers, did you watch Mr. Rogers?
I did some.
Yes. Okay. He was he had a show on PBS called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You guys were fantastic on giving me comments about him. Everybody loved Mr. Rogers. Nobody said I didn't like him. He was this wonderful, wonderful man, and he's our inspiration for the current knit along, which is the Mr. Rogers knit along, the cowl. It is a cardigan. Knit a cardigan of any kind. I don't care what size it is. I don't care if it's a whip. Knit a cardigan, and you can put your entry into the FO thread on Ravelry, Hands That Make Ravelry group, or you can put, there's a chatter thread going on, and I pulled prizes for the month of March. We will do those later for both threads, so that's coming. But I want to show you what is going on with my cardigan, which should be done. It really should be done. It's kind of disgraceful that it's not, because it's almost done, and I'm not like paused, other than because of sickness and vacation, but I really should have finished it before vacation. So this is the Granite by Sarah Cook.
That's nice.
Yeah, and this is with Diabolical Yarns in the Timberwolf colorway. I'm a sucker for grays. I love a good gray. And this is Polworth Silk DK. And guys, I cannot stress to you enough. Like, I think so because I know so many, like I have so many awesome indie dyers in my area that I get to try lots of different yarns and feel them. And I think it's a shame that so many people don't try more, because Rachel has this in her, or she had this in her shop, but she said nobody was buying it. She said like she doesn't know if it was just the Polworth silk thing, and I think it's people just don't know what it is, and so that lack of education.
I think people are scared of silk. They hear silk and they're like, oh, but silk is so strong
and warm. Yeah, there's undergarments like long johns that are made out of silk. It sounds crazy, but it is a very warm and strong material, and then you put it with Polworth. Oh my, it's amazing. But it's a non-superwash, which I said this before. I took Patty Lyons' class at Vogue Knee Live, learned so much about gauge, and I feel like a moron because I am really guessing, guys. I'm really guessing. I'll put it on a little bit, show you what it's like. Because I don't think I can put it on all the way. It's supposed to be a longish shawl, right? So I want it, or shawl, listen to me, cardigan. And I can't decide how long I want, and I've got to play the guessing game because it is non-superwash. And I did not soak my gauge. I don't know how much it's going to grow. That's my fault.
I thought superwash does not grow.
At all. Well, I've heard a couple things. I've heard that it may not. I've heard that it could grow just a little bit. But either way, I am the moron who didn't do my gauge properly to find out. So it'll either be really long or perfect, because I am not going to take the chance that it's going to be too short. I do want it longer. But this has a lot of texture in it. It's very easy texture with a couple rows, like, I don't know if you even want to call them rust rows, because I don't even feel like the texture is much. Pearl and knit, that's it. And I finally got my buttons from my local shop. These are very plain buttons, but when I saw them up against it and the color and everything, I was like, I've got to have them. And they were out. So I had to special order them. But I wanted this. I mean, there's nothing special about these buttons. They're just brown, and I like this plainness. I like this color, because look at this against here. Like, it just is so perfect. Really nice. Yeah, and I had to have them. And thank goodness they were able to order them. So I have those. I have one more sleeve to do, the button band, and just finish the bottom. I'm almost at the rib. I keep doing a few more of the textured rows because I'm just nervous. So here's my tip. No matter what I've learned from Patty Lyons is that do your gauge swatch. We hear this all the time and we hate it. But like, if you don't know what your yarn does, and so I will not do it justice. So I'm going to do it very quickly. You do your gauge swatch, like they say, and then you soak it, right? But you need to measure it before you soak it. Why do you do that? Because when you're doing your sweater, that's the measurement you're using. Like, this isn't soaked yet. So I have to know what that pre-soaked measurement is, so that when I soak it and then I measure it again, I know that, let's say this is superwash. I know that 2 inches here, pre-washed, is going to turn into 4 inches after I soak it. Does that make sense? Those are two different measurements. You understand
what it's going to do.
Yes, if you don't do that, you're in trouble, which I could be. Well, stay tuned.
Yeah.
But when she said that, it made so much sense. And she even said, like, there's a thing you could do where you kind of stretch a little bit even, because think about it, it's hanging from you, a long sweater, and if it's got a heavy weight, you got to know, like, there's even that stretch that happens after a while.
Right, yeah.
And I think it depends. I think fingering weight's probably, well, you know what, I'm guessing. I don't know. Like, it's like more forgiving.
I didn't swatch my first sweater.
Did it turn out?
It did.
See, and people you can be lucky. It happens for a lot of people, but I think that time when it does it is the time you're gonna be like, why didn't I swatch? But anyways, there's my tip for swatching. I'm a hardcore believer now, but I'm just like, please work out, please work out.
Oh, it's because you just want to start the project.
You do. Patty was saying she takes the skeins of yarn. She's like, it was so funny, you had to be in the class. She's like, it's like any new relationship, you know, you get a bottle of wine, you sit down and you kind of admire it,
smell it, hold it.
Yes, that's what she was saying. What do you want to be? Oh, you don't want to be lace? Okay. What about that? She's just going on and on. I was like, that is hysterical. She's like, I let the yarn tell me what it wants to be. I'm like, I never do that. I'm like, you're going to be a sweater. You're a sweater.
I think I'm like that. I think I let the yarn tell me, oh, these looks like
whole different perspective. Never even thought about that.
Like, to me, this looks like socks. Like, cute logo, looks like socks.
It does. That would be
But, I mean, it would be pretty in anything, but.
Really would.
Or a hat.
But you're like, it's telling you socks.
She's a genius.
She is. She does have some beautiful colorways.
Yes.
But you got to show your sweater now because this is made out of her yarn and it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
So, let me get...
Is that brioche at the bottom?
No, it's faux. It's faux brioche.
Oh, I'll try to do some close-ups here.
So, I know I'll...
Here, I'll hold up your sweater. Look at this, you guys.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that Leizu?
Leizu is what I would say.
Anyway, it's a gorgeous sweater.
Massachusetts. Ooh, that will be down in the notes. I have no idea.
So I really, really like the style of it. So it's a little longer in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's shorter in the front.
What weight is this? This is a great weight, too.
That is my DK singles.
Ooh,
so
this is singles.
This is singles.
It feels amazing.
I mean, it's for the pill, but I don't really care. I'll just get one of those things.
Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful.
So it's the colorway is If You Rest, You Rust.
Oh.
And then this is just a blue that I dyed because I can do that.
Looks beautiful. She's got blue eyes. It looks beautiful in your eyes.
So,
let's see. Look at that.
So anyway, all I have is the sleeves, but I stopped working on the sleeves because my daughter requested a hat and socks, so I stopped so I could knit her something. So
I think it's so cool when kids ask for stuff.
I know she's very knit worthy. I mean, she loves. I've knit her several socks, and she's always wearing them. So
now, did you alternate your skeins on this?
I did. I didn't like doing it.
Really? It didn't bother me. I was surprised.
I feel like you could see where I did it, and now I can't.
As I said, I can't see it at all.
Now I can't find where I did it, but like right in here, like see my gauge changes when I'm alternating right there at the beginning, and
you got to look at that very, very closely, and I'm wondering if after you wash it, it just totally fades away. And I mean, it's like you know how we are. We're more hard on ourselves than
So
others.
I thought the weather would be like really warm, but I could have easily have finished this and worn it now because the weather has been really cold and crazy here. So.
Yeah, we had, what was it, yesterday? It was in the 60s. You could go outside. It was beautiful here. We're going to have snow tomorrow. Or no, Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nuts. I posted a meme on Facebook that said, missing persons, Mother Nature, she's bipolar and off her meds, and that is so our area. Oh. It really can go from like 70 to 30 the next day.
Midwest.
It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so before we put the sweater away, is there anything about this pattern that you found like this is really cool, or this is like something I really appreciated?
I really like it's I guess you call it ribbing, but you just alternate your colors.
Oh, so it makes all that is.
So
it looks like brioche from a distance.
It's like brioche, but it's not brioche. No. So you don't have to be scared if you don't know how to do brioche.
That detail is really cool.
So I really like that. It's just the shaping's really nice. It's a nice relaxed. It's kind of.
But it doesn't look like the boxy. You know, it doesn't look like it's straight. It looks like there's minor shaping? There is, but shaping. It's loose. I love.
Yeah.
See, that's something I wouldn't have noticed until you pointed that out. Mm-hmm. I might have to look that one up.
So I just need to get on it and finish it. So.
I like that. That's beautiful. All right,
this is my second sweater.
Second sweater.
Only my second sweater.
What was your first sweater?
Oh boy. What was the name of it?
I don't remember. Did you post it?
I did.
You had pictures of yourself outside wearing it, didn't you? If I remember
no, I wish I had pictures.
Everyone's
outside.
pictures run together.
It was not good weather, so I posted a picture on the inside.
So it was good. I thought I remember seeing it too.
Oh, where's it? Oh, there it is, right there.
Is it a fade?
No, it's not. That's a.
It's not a fade.
It's my faux fade.
I like that.
It's just the flax sweater. That's what it is.
Oh, Tin Can Knits. I can never say enough good things about their patterns.
I think it's a perfect first time sweater.
Yeah. I always tell people when they're just trying something like Tin Can Knits, you really can't go wrong with
because I had some questions about the beginning starting it, but there's videos on YouTube.
She's fantastic about that. She's fantastic about putting up videos and explaining things. And what I said on this, what was I knitting by her just recently? I knit a baby sweater. No, I can't even remember what it was. But anyways, one of the things I really appreciated about her is I think there's this huge trend right now in knitting. Like, okay, so vintage patterns are kind of comical. They say back then they just assumed you knew things. They didn't tell you hardly anything.
Yeah.
Like, they let you take liberties with it and that kind of thing, but there's a lot missing. But now we're going to this other extreme where we explain everything, like a 20-page pattern for something that's, you know, a relatively simple, straightforward pattern. So the Tin Can Knits, the pattern I just did was the Play Date. I think it was called the Play Date. It was a cardigan that I knit for Ruby, and I bought myself the same yarn. I just finally broke down and did it because we're gonna have Mommy and Me sweaters. I just don't even care. I'm doing it. I'm so excited about that.
Good.
But it was a cardigan with pockets and everything, and it was so well explained, but it was 6 pages, and that included like the front page and everything. Like, she did a great job of condensing.
Yeah,
a fantastic
job.
job.
If you're a new knitter and you, let me get on. So this sweater has got, you know, I mean, it's got a lot of pages, but I mean, really, if you just take it just section by section, it's really not hard. It was a very easy pattern, but yeah.
Didn't look like anything crazy other than that detail down there, and then you just said it was just ribbing that you alternated. So cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, you have socks.
I
Gotta show us. It's been, I have socks too. Well, we're gonna show yours first.
Okay, so we'll show this one because that one's got the cable in it.
I love this. This cable's so pretty. Okay, wait, whose yarn is this?
This is Biscotti.
Oh,
they're self-striping.
Nice.
So it's Harry Potter themed.
So and the cable's on like the side of the leg right here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you do the other foot, you have to remember to put the cable on the opposite side.
Oh. Yeah, I would forget that. I would be that person.
So you have to plan ahead, and you have to go, I gotta remember to do that. So I did a hat in the same colorway. And oh, I got needles sticking everywhere.
Her colors are very vibrant. I'm assuming it's a she. Why would I assume? That's terrible. Yeah. I don't know if Biscotti's a she, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did the hat, and the hat had cables, so I thought, well, I would do socks with a cable. So that's why I've stopped knitting all my other stuff, really, and been focused, because Lily keeps asking me, is my socks done yet? So
that is awesome.
So she wants her socks. So so it's just super easy. The pattern is roughly based on socks on a plane. So I think if you go to that pattern, I just looked at it quickly.
Use it as inspiration, basically.
Exactly.
I love it. I love that. That's great.
So a little hint or a tip is that so usually you have like so many rows in between when you do your cable. I use my cable needle to mark how many rows. Like, so now I'm on like the second row. So I put 2 stitches on my cable to help keep track. So then when I get to the 3rd round, then I'll put another stitch for because I can never remember. And then you can't really go, okay,
can't read
1, there's 2. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And
sometimes you don't want to take the time to stop and read it if you can. You just want to look at something really quick.
Yeah, so I just put how many stitches on how many rows in between my cables on my cable needle. So
that is clever. I like that tip.
And this is my favorite cable needle.
I haven't seen one like that. Which one's this?
It is, it's aluminum.
It's pretty.
I've tried the plastic ones, didn't like those. Yeah. Then I tried the wooden ones, I think from...
Ooh, I don't think I would like wooden ones for cabling.
Well, they have the notches in them.
Oh,
and they don't fall off, and that's the problem, is they really stick.
Yeah.
And then you're fiddling with them so much trying to get the stitches off the needle. So anyway, I really like this one.
I usually end up using DPNs, not because I love to, it's because I usually don't have a cable needle with me and I just want a cable right then, so I just use the DPN, which I don't, it's good for a simple cable and it works in a pinch, no problem at all. Mm-hmm. But when I used a cable needle, it was a lot nicer. I really did like it a lot better.
It makes the project go much faster.
Yeah, it was nice. So, okay, I have a sock, or 2. I have some finished objects. You guys have seen this before. Sorry. So, these are my Artistic Lilly socks. This was, I think, Hermione's everyday sock. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my go-to patterns with the heel flap and gusset. And this is, you can't buy it in the store, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
It is her Christmas colorway. I love these. Oh, they're so comfortable. But yeah, I've shown them before. I am almost to the point where I wear only hand knit stocks. Not completely, but nearly. I finally have enough that I can do that.
That's a good feeling too.
It is a good feeling. Okay, so we are going to show a little bit of acquisition, but before we go into that, I want to announce the winners for the knit along. The Mr. Rogers cowl that's in the Hands That Make Ravelry group, and I pulled for the month of March a winner from the FO thread and a winner from the Chatter thread. And the winners are, for the FO thread, it is Tracy, who is Phoenix Fire. Now Tracy, I have been getting some great donations, so I'm so excited. You guys are going to get some fabulous, fabulous gifts. So we're going to do a project bag and a skein of yarn, and I'm going to let you choose your skein of yarn. And the first one is from Ash Love Makes. And it's this really cute, like I got a lot of spring stuff coming, which is awesome. It's flannel with a pink interior. Oops, that was something I put in there. And it has a little sheepy stitch marker. It's super cute. So, and I'm going to put links to all the makers below, but you get this for sure. And you get your pick between the Creative Obsession. I get to keep one, and I'm going between both of them. So I'm gonna let you pick. Whatever you pick, I'll get the other one. This is Cherry Blossom, and this one is Moody Blues. I mean, a great neutral, and then just this really fun spring-like color. Like, this calls to me a lot, but I'm a sucker for a great neutral. So yeah, whichever one you want, Tracy, let me know. Do you want Cherry Blossoms or Moody Blues? And you get this bag. So message me on Ravelry and send me your address and tell me which skein you want, okay? Now, there you go. Yeah, congratulations. I'm loving the finished cardigans. I love seeing them. She made one that was supposed to have a hoodie, but she didn't put the hoodie on, and I loved her color selection. It was just really pretty. The other one is for the Chatter thread, and that was IJ London. IJ, I know you, IJ. She's one of my moderators. Your name got picked. Siri picked you. So yay, Siri. You get to pick between, let's see, we've got Nerd Girl's Yarn, Nerd Girl Yarns, and it is Now and Then. This is a fingering weight skein. Or you could do one of the Holland Handmade minis. We have like very spring colors. These are light pink, green, orange, and yellow. We'll call this the spring colors. Yeah. And this is what I would call like the more earthy colors. It's pink and green and blue and gray, but they're just a little darker. I'm gonna call this
her card.
Yeah, don't you? Isn't that really cool? So you get to pick between these two skeins or these two sets, or the skein of yarn, because the last winner of the YouTube comments never contacted me. So you get to pick between three. And because of that, anyone who comments on YouTube today can pick same out of these three. So give me your first, second, and third choice, and I will give you whatever's left. So if you comment below on YouTube, I will draw one of you for these as well. Pick one of these. We'll call this Spring Collection, and we'll just call this the number 2 collection, or Nerd Girl Yarns. Same thing for you, IJ. 1, 2, and well, you get to pick whatever you want. You get first pick. So contact me on Ravelry, IJ, with your, I know I should have your address, but give it to me anyways, and let me know what you want. Okay? All right, let's talk about, I want to show you a couple more prizes that were donated real quick. These are for future drawings that are going to happen for the month of April. Paper and Strings by Melissa. Actually, this one I think is going to be mine. But then she has, again, who knows, because I keep going between the two. But they're very cute spring drawstring bags. They're beautiful.
She makes cute.
Yeah, you have one. Look at that. I love that. That is so cute.
And she donated a bag for my giveaway I just did, so.
Ooh. Yeah, Lily, or see, I'm calling you Lily now. Ellie does giveaways from time to time too, and she hits certain marks on her Instagram. So and she gives, you have good giveaways. And then, like I said before, we have a beautiful sister bag that's going to be coming up with canvas. And, So Knitting by Nature, Melissa did, she's so sweet. She sent me some of her beautiful stitch markers that I'm going to give to you guys. And then also she found this Mr. Rogers mug and it changes. So when it's cold, he's in his suit. And when you put hot water in him, he changes into his cardigan. I love that. I think this might be like the final gift. I don't know what it's going to be, but the final FO gift is going to be like a large one. It's going to have like stitch markers and a mug and yarn and a project bag. I'm excited. So that's what I have for prizes. Oh, let me show you this real quick too. Well, let's just go into acquisitions.
Oh,
I do have to.
That's so. You might as well show that.
Look at this. Okay, so enamel pins are really big right now.
I know.
I haven't decided what I'm doing with them. I do like them. I love the enamel buttons. I think they're pretty. I really do. I like them better than regular buttons.
Put yours on?
I do, but I don't put them on my fringe bag. I like my fringe bag unadulterated. So I don't know what I'm going to do with mine, but I like the idea. I've seen people like do little fabric swatches.
I feel like I'm back in the 80s with my pins on my bag.
I think they look cool too. That's what's funny.
Like
I love
jean
seeing
jacket.
it. Show me yours. Like, I like it. I think it's really cute. I love how people do them. You got the naughty knit ones. I haven't seen hers.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
I have the Grocery Girls too.
Stranger Things.
It's my Grocery Girls is bent a little bit, so I'm afraid I'll lose it. So it's in the bag. So I don't lose it.
Well, these are Mr. Rogers enamel pins. It's the trolley and Mr. Rogers. I found this on the PBS website. So I bought them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm keeping them. I may not. Who knows? But I think I'm going to keep them. So I had to show that. I thought that was fun. I bought a few things off the Mr. Rogers. Oh, so is she going to do anything naughty to it?
I know.
Can I pick her up? Will she let me?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so Ellie has like really cute cats. I came in and she's Persian, right?
No, I think she's part ragdoll, but she's really smelling the yarn there.
Oh, she won't let me pick her up. She was so frightened. She was coming up to me. Anyways, the cats' names are hysterical. They are great. I asked what the one cat's name was, and she said Google, and I said, oh, it's such a I like that name for a pet, Google. She's like, yeah, we're kind of nerds.
Yeah.
But then I said, so what's the name of your other cat?
Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi. You gotta see. I hope he comes up here. Is it a boy?
That one's a girl. The other one's a boy.
Okay.
So yeah, you can pick her up. She'll be fine. Or not.
It was so funny because she was coming up to me like a dog earlier, and now she's like, that's what I kind of love about cats in a way. You know, like they do their own thing and they make no excuses.
No, yeah.
So she's just laying at the foot of the camera. She's like, yeah, I'll let you know when I'm ready for you. All right, but you have some stuff you want to show that you bought, right?
Sure. So let's see. I'm such a sucker for. I can't wait for you to do self-striping yarn because I have a huge bowl of self-striping yarn. So
that's really great.
So this is my latest one I bought. Is Luna Pearl Yarns.
Oh, I haven't heard of her.
But I really like the colors on that one.
That's pretty.
Cardoid? I guess so.
Cardioid. That's the colorway.
Yeah. She's on Instagram.
Ooh, BFL and nylon. I do like that combination.
So that's one of the things I just recently.
Luna Pearl. I like it.
I think that's my weakness is self-striping yarn because I don't do self-striping yarn because I know how difficult it is and
it's time consuming.
It is. I just want to go in there and just throw dye on the yarn.
I'll tell you. And people who only do self-striping, I have a whole new respect for them because I think it would be easier to have a mix. I really do.
Yeah.
But anyways.
So in this one, someone was de-stashed yarn. It's pineapple yarn.
I have heard of pineapple yarn.
So she's not dyeing yet. She took a break.
Okay, yeah, because I thought she did. She had dyed before for a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She used to live in Hawaii and then she moved to the States.
This looks very Hawaiian. Sunset Beach. Ooh, that is fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited for her to start dyeing again.
Nani Twist. Superwash Merino Wool 80/20. 400 yards. Ooh, that's nice.
So that's
going to be fun.
So someone had this in their stash and I've had my eye on it for a very long time. So I was very excited to get this one.
That is fun when you get that colorway you've wanted for a long time.
Yeah. So So I could show some other stuff, but do you have any?
Go ahead. No, go through. Go.
Okay, I showed you the Hue Loco before.
All right, we know our Hue
But
Loco. Eskimo. Oh, that's a fun little Eskimo.
So in the minis, I like the minis. So I don't have that many minis, so I'm starting to collect the minis.
Oh,
so.
you don't?
I know.
You should have told me. I have a lot. I could have given you some. Are you doing a blanket or anything like that?
Not with that.
No, but I mean, do you want to do a mini blanket?
Oh, probably not.
No, okay. Because I was going to say, girl, I can hook you up. But look at these. Those are fun. Are these are all Hue Loco ones?
Yeah, they're all
She
Hue
does a
Loco.
lot of mini skeins. Are these 20 grams or 10 grams? 20?
I think they're 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
Yeah.
they're 22, just 22. Because I could, just how they feel. I'm getting better
Yeah.
with this. Like, oh, that feels like a 20 gram.
So,
Oh, wow.
the
That's
backyard
funny.
chicken.
Did you see her new one she did?
Yes.
That I really liked that. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
She is just amazing. So.
She is. And she has so many colorways. I really like how she has a lot. She has a great selection. She's really expanded in the last year. A lot.
Yeah. And then this is from a friend, Looking Glass Fiber Art.
Ooh.
So we've been friends. I actually have been friends with her since the beginning of my dyeing. And she dyes. And so she...
Comfortable. Oh, I love the name.
Yeah. So and she does minis too. So I'm trying to collect my minis.
This is like an Easter egg. Look at these. These are beautiful. Oh, they're so soft. And you know, I'm not a pastel-y person, but I need them sometimes. I like them. Like I love all these together. And you don't find a lot of these anymore. Like you can't.
Yeah. Well,
I gravitate towards darker colors, generally speaking, and brighter colors. But when you see these, you could just see the beauty of them, and I love it.
Well, now the shawl designs, so you can do shawls because they're doing minis now,
Yeah.
and so you can do all kinds of stuff.
And you know, kind of like with your socks, it's like your pattern is a starting point. It's an inspiration. You know, like you're doing the one with 3 colors. You don't have to do 3 colors. You could do 1 color, 2 colors, 4 colors. You know, or throw a mini in there for a little bit of like a stripe of something. Like there's so much. Like if I'm gonna play with a pattern, typically instead of like altering the design, I'll typically play with the color. That's what I usually do first. So it's just fun. Yeah, I like it. That's what we do. Okay, so I've had a lot of acquisition. It's been quite a while since I've shown you guys a lot of stuff. And I'm not showing you all of it by any stretch. I'm actually showing you one small portion of it. But, so you guys know I love Gabby from Once Upon a Corgi. And I have her yarn. You've seen it. But her mom started dyeing. And it's called Little Elephant Yarns. And I know her mom. I know her brother. I know her family. Her family is just one of the loveliest families you'll ever meet. Just the best people. They really are. And look, these are Little Elephant Yarns. Ooh, I don't know if that's coming out right or not. If not, I will throw in a picture of it. But this is called Purple Maze. And this is called Inspiration. And she's brand new dyer. She's on Etsy, Little Elephant Yarns. I'll put a link. And you know, the great thing about new dyers is, and you know, she has Gabby there helping with her, so she's not like totally out of the gate with nothing. Adrian and Gabby are very talented on so many levels. So she had, you know, when you have those questions when you start out, I don't know about you.
Oh.
I'm so glad I knew dyers. I'll be like, what did I do? You know, which will be like, you probably did this or this. I'm like, oh yeah. So she has that person, you know, like a professional dyer, which is great. So her yarn is fantastic. And she's new, and when people are new, they do lots of sales. You know, they're trying to get their name out there. And so, I don't know, if you're on a budget and stuff, I think it's really something to look towards if you want to try indie dyed yarn, but you can't spend a lot of money. And it's not like her yarn is bargain basement cheap or anything, but it's a good price.
I love supporting new makers, you know, it's nice.
I do too. So I just thought these colors were gorgeous. This, like I said, Inspiration, and what did I say that was? Purple Maze.
Purple Maze.
Or Haze. It might be Purple Haze. Or Maze. I don't know. I've been blaming everything this week on cold meds. I missed a really important meeting at work. I went to go move my car, and I was like, oh, since I'm out here and it's nice, I'll go get gas. Like, you know, people do that in the middle of the work day, not really. But I come back and my whole office is empty, and I'm like, where's everybody at? I have a little meeting reminder. I had it written down. It was like a really, really important company meeting.
And no one was there.
and I missed it. I mean, I was a half an hour. Oh
no.
my gosh. Oh, it was, yeah. Anyway, so, cold meds. How long can I milk that for? I don't know.
I don't know. I blame everything on my migraine meds.
2 months from now, I'm perfectly about to be like, it's cold meds.
Yeah.
Anyways. I think that is all we have, isn't it?
Oh, I had one more thing.
Ooh, what is that?
Oh my gosh. So this is from the Gnome Acres, which, you know, she's over in O'Fallon, which is not too far from us.
She's in O'Fallon?
Yeah, that's...
I thought she was further north. I had no clue.
Well, she might have moved.
No, Nomadic Yarns. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
she's in Illinois,
that's
but
right.
she's up further north.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Gnome Acres. And she posted the little donut collection, which they're minis. And
let me see that.
Look at
oh my gosh. Does she still have them, do you know? These are adorable.
No, but I mean,
They're
come
like
on.
speckled.
So we have like strawberry with sprinkles, chocolate with sprinkles, tastes like purple with sprinkles.
Or this is tweed, isn't it? Colored tweed.
It is.
You
So,
guys,
I mean, come on, the packaging is like the cutest ever.
Oh, the donut collection, sprinkles, strawberry. Yeah, you were, oh my gosh, 5 mini skates,
So
20 yards
don't
each.
worry, I got you one.
Shut up. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. You guys, I want to buy some. Okay, so if I can buy some, I'm going to do these as a prize, guys, because this is great. Oh, we need these.
Do you need one for a prize?
No, you cannot do that. No, you cannot. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh.
I got 3. You can have another one for a prize. Get someone away.
Okay, guys, you guys got to follow Artistic Lilly. This is a prize from her, and what are we gonna do for this one? What should we do for this one? We should do something fun.
I want to make sure you get yours. I got mine.
Yeah, right? So if you want to win this one, we're going to just do this right now. If you want to win this, what should we do? Edit here.
Something with the donut?
Yeah, but I'm thinking, should it be Instagram? I'm thinking maybe Instagram one.
Okay.
Maybe. But what would we do with it? I can't think of anything. We have to come back to this.
We need to have coffee and donuts and think about it.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to come back to this because, Ellie, I am so glad you decided to be on this show. Thank you so much for doing this. It's so, just so you know how I operate sometimes. I am very, a lot of thoughts just come straight out of my head. Like, you know, I don't sometimes think, I'm not saying anything rude, like, I can't believe you look like that. But, like, things that, you know, other people are like, maybe I should say this in a different way, or maybe I should, whatever. That part doesn't always click in with me. And so I said, hey, I would love to have you on my podcast. She's like, oh, that's a great idea. I said, I'll come over to your house and we'll do blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay. I'll get my floors done. I'm like, I just totally invited myself to your house, didn't I? She's like, kind of, but it's okay. I'm like, oh my gosh, so you are so sweet. Oh my gosh, you're so
cool.
sweet. But I would love to have you again on here. I think you should come over to my house. Maybe.
Oh, I'd love that.
See? Then you can see my not new floors. But anyways, thank you so much for being on the show. This was so fun.
I had a great time.
And I am just, thank you so much for all these wonderful gifts. I love it. And you guys, Artistic Lilly, follow her on Instagram and you'll see so many beautiful photographs of yarn that your mind will just explode. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.